Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I cut my own music off there. Mike the Ref here, October 5th. I'm just excited to get going here because it's been a crazy kind of day here. And first of all, I want to thank everybody and welcome everyone into the Mike the Ref Twitch stream here. AEW Dynamite XL version tonight. Coffee edition, too. And not that good stuff that you drink. Just a reminder that we are going to be running a little late tonight. Tony Khan has said that TBS has given him an extra 15 minutes to play with for programming tonight. So we're going to be running overtime tonight. So it's actually going to be rather interesting, especially for us up here in Canada, because it runs from basically from 8 till 10 Eastern, 10:15 Eastern, and then at 10:30, Tony Khan is going to be on TSN Sports Center to talk about Dynamite doing their very first Dynamite internationally next week from Toronto. So that should be a rather interesting conversation there. Also, if you guys haven't heard, they are going to be broadcasting AEW Rampage that week from Toronto. It will be on the Friday night. It will be on an hour delay from when it would normally broadcast. So it's going to be... it's going to be an hour behind where the U.S. feed is. TSN 2 is hosting it at 11 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Mountain. So... that should be rather inauspicious. It'll be interesting to say the least. I think that's the best way to put it for that point there. But tonight, we got a jam-packed show tonight. Like, we got... I forgot to bring up the card. I know I'm a little off today. I got a little peeved when I saw a little note online. There we go. AEW Media... There we go. Now that's what I wanted to see here. Hey, Carl. How's it going here tonight, sir? So right now we got, for the TNT Championship, we get the Battle of the Bulls with Wardlow and Brian Cage. We got Roosh and Hangman Page on tonight. We got Darby Allin, Jay Lethal, which... It's Darby Allin. He's going to die somehow. I just think Lethal's a little more precise on how he's going to kill him. Luchasaurus going to be in action, and apparently the main event is going to be Garcia and Danielson versus Jericho and Guevarra, which could go 16 million ways here, to be honest. Could they pull the triple swerve on us and actually have Garcia side with Jericho and take out Danielson right there, setting up for an ROH title match coming up next week in Toronto between Danielson and Jericho, which I totally think is what's going to happen next week. That definitely is, my opinion, that's your main event next week. But we'll see. We're also going to get Toni Storm, Athena, and Willow Nightengale against Hayter, Deeb, and Ford, which that team's been starting. That's another faction that, well, they've added Penelope Ford into that faction, let's put it that way. Which... hell, if they can get Penelope Ford a good spot there. I don't know if she's going to do much more than what Rebel's doing there personally, but as long as she can get involved in matches and be the heater to take the pins and that, all to it. Sorry, I've been a little rattled, a little bit of crazy. Like, if you guys didn't hear, I did have a case of COVID this week. I'd say I'm about 90-95% out of it. I still got a little bit in my throat, but not enough that I'm really worried about it right now. If you see me coughing a little bit tonight, bear with me. I apologize. And speaking of things that won't last, just a reminder, tonight is our last night for the Magic Spoon offer. The Magic Spoon campaign, who has graciously sponsored our streams for the last 2 weeks here. You can click on the panel below or go !Magic Spoon in the chat. It will bring up a code which will get you $5 off your first order of Magic Spoon. And until the end of the show tonight, it will be you'll be able to help support the stream here. So we're ending the campaign after tonight. We're supposed to have a two-week limit where we're supposed to do actual unboxing and viewing of the product here for a second stream, but unfortunately, how do I put this politely? Shipping is a pain in the ass. Still hasn't got here yet. The 2 weeks are 2 weeks are up tomorrow. They ain't getting here from Kentucky to Alberta that quick. So if you're not familiar with geography, yeah, let's not try and push it that far. So we'll do an unboxing when it comes in, because I want to show you guys what I bought, because, you know, it's always worth seeing what the fruitions of labor are. But yeah, this is going to be... I got a feeling this might be one of those setup Dynamites in many ways. Like, I think they're going to treat next week as a very big show for us in Canada here. Mainly because it is one of those last... It's one of the last barriers that Tony needs to tick off. He's got the West Coast he's got covered. Now he's going internationally. Then he's got to move on intercontinentally. And I don't mean an intercontinental title, because let's not get Tony any ideas to give him any more belts. Honestly, I don't mind all the extra titles that they have. It's just that they need to book them better. Look at Tony Khan's biggest influences are boxing and New Japan. Both of them have insane number of titles. Even New Japan decided they needed to cut down. You just need Jayme Hayter on your screen, you'll be happy. I'm surprised I didn't need this so quickly already today. Some say to NJPW. Yes, Mel. Yeah, your Parissa review just went up an hour ago up on your YouTube page. If you want to put a link in the chat, feel free. I have no problems with that whatsoever. Usually, as long as you guys don't put goofy links in there, I don't care. I don't mind if people plug their stuff, as long as they're not afraid to plug mine when they're around. So, yeah, I usually never have a problem with that at all here. But their Stardom review from last week is going to be going up on the Backbreaker YouTube page, which, hell, everybody's throwing links, so... Oh yeah, here we go. Zodiac in here throwing out the shade already. The only belt AEW should have made is a dark title. Yes. You have but one question tonight, Makeshift. By the way, good to see you, sir. What is National Scissoring Day regarding wrestling? It's actually something that I'm very happy that AEW does. It actually promotes multi-diversity. Oh, by the way, there's the pyro to match up. I just want to get the time on my screen here, so when I do the editing, it works out right. Need to find a scissor partner. I need to find a partner, period, but that's a whole different ball of wax altogether. Whoa! Well, they ain't fooling around with matchups right off the bat. Let's get the predictions in already here.
But I'm better than you.
Whoa, wait. I'm trying to get predictions in here. Adam! Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Totally gentlemanly of you. Despite what all the rumors say about you, you are a hell of a nice guy. At least I think it's Adam. I think he has a separate account for his for his undercover stuff when he tries to really get that dirt out, right? All right, there we go. Sorry. You know when you get distracted, your head basically comes off for a while there? There you go. Scissor me daddy ref. Wow. Wow. But yeah, 9 months. That's, you know, you've had a kid here. Congratulations. We're going to have to name your baby sometime tonight. Yeah, it seems like that's the case for everybody here, Zodiac. Another day, another dollar. Like, I go back to work finally on Friday. You know, I don't have any more holiday days I can really burn up here on this, so I don't really want to waste any more. I'm basically going to start losing money if I don't get back to work. So what, I came for Darby, Hideout, Danhausen. A whole bunch of lovely sides out tonight. MJF all in black. Say we're not used to. So he's basically pulling out everything that Flair used to right now. They're really pushing this Battle of the Belts coming up on Friday, which I don't really blame them. It's a nice piece of programming that they can throw together here with... Nice. But for all the things we were talking about here, I'll go back to the original one. Like CM Punk. Oh, wait, what? Zodiac, you're back too? I see there's a little change there. Hasn't come up on the notifications, but I still appreciate it, sir. We got fights going on in the chat here. I'm not saying they will drop the ball at MJF, but boy, I hope they don't. He's so over, just massive. Yeah, like, I fully expect MJF. Oh,
but I'm better than
there it is.
you.
Damn it, that didn't work. Ha, it did. But it's weird because it's cutting off the notifications early, but we're almost close to a hype trade? Seriously? 9 months for you as well. We got kids being born here tonight. This is pretty amazing if you ask me. Thank you, everybody. Wow. And as you can see, we have our new goal here on the bottom for the month. It's for new subs coming in. Figure we go away from the follower one we just fell short of, which I might have to make up for you guys regardless here. I know you guys want a mask one, so. What's up, Mr. The Ref? Feel better? You know, my brain's still as scattered as it always has been, but you guys are used to that with me. But physically, I'd say I'm a good 90% right now. God, MJF's got some strength on him. But to remember the game's question earlier, or comment earlier about MJF, I don't think they're going to screw this up. If you guys get a chance, go check out the Parts Unknown video about the MJF booking, how Adam would book. It really was a very solid attempt that went off the rails real quick. I don't want to spoil anything for it, but I think the way that Adam came up with the storyline for that is pretty much the way it's going to be with MJF. For mere the fact that he wins the title over Mox in Full Gear and basically plays Ransom or plays kidnapping at ransom note with the title for the next year. For the mere fact that he wants to hang on to that title. Oh, he'll get the interference with... Oh, that diamond ring will be the thing that does it. I'm pretty much guaranteed that's how it's going to end up. Like, if MJF's going to win, I think there'll be a visual pin for Moxley where he hit the Death Rider or something, the ref's out or something. Somebody from the firm comes down, takes out the referee, whatever way you want to do this here. But I honestly think he's going to use that Dynamite Diamond Ring to knock out Moxley to get the win. Maybe a second shot with the ring, not just one. It keeps Moxley strong, and it allows Moxley to go on that vacation he was supposed to go on about a month ago. Forgive the extra little pounding you hear in the back. Apparently my neighbors upstairs are building something. I don't know what it is. But no, it's been a real solid time here. I'm starting to get... I've actually gotten a lot of editing done for the fact that I really can't do anything except sit in this chair and just... Tell them pounding can wait. It's scissor day. I'm not 100% sure, so don't use this as evidence in court or anything. But I got a feeling some of the pounding that they're doing up there involves some cutting and some papering and some rolling. And let's just say we've had gentlemen in black outfits and fancy cars with lights on top here more than once for up there. So I'm just going to... Usually when it gets enough, I just yell enough already, and that usually silences them pretty good. But if it's only annoying to me, well, I'm used to things being annoying to me, so. But I will say, this match here right now, in the last few weeks, we've seen Wheeler be the kind of guy that... that can take that step up, and it seems like they're heading up this way with that. Then if he resigns, you don't need to take it off of him, and if he leaves, you have whoever you want to be the new face of the company beat him to save the title. Do yourself a favor, Ab. Go check out that video that Adam Blampier did. Blah, 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 blah. My words are coming out so well today, it's scary. But the guy that he had come save the company, it's just so apropos for history. And Tony's a history buff, so he'd absolutely love it, so. Not much going on here, just cheering how things... And it's funny, we got a little bit of rain tonight. Seems like most of it's ending now. Yeah, I really wonder how, like, damage-wise, are you guys okay down there, Zodiac, at all? Like, is there any real concern down there for the damage in the area or whatnot, or is it just how bad just the bad wind still, or? One thing I will say, the one thing Fort Myers is, yeah, well. Oh, that powerbomb on knee. That sucked. Today is day 7 of having rain. Ugh. Well, the worst part is when you have that time and you get nothing but rain coming down, you can't really recover anything, right? Because you can't really improve stuff if you can't. I'm getting tempted up there. Sorry. I really do hope by Thanksgiving for you guys that everything is back up to the way you need it to be. I don't want to set the goals too early, but for those in Canada, Thanksgiving is next week. Sorry, this weekend. It's actually on Monday. For America, you guys got about a month and a half yet, so. It's one of the weirdest things about calendars, right? You never see that powerbomb backbreaker thing? The powerbomb onto the knee, I've actually seen one guy regularly do it, and I do have it in my video collection on our YouTube page. The guy's name is the longest name in professional wrestling, Michael Allen Richard Clark. And the first time I've ever seen it was this rolling pin back and forth. No damage, just rain. Either way, you know, when you're getting nothing but rain like this, there's got to be some kind of... You can't really set things up properly, though. Oh, and he crossed the legs, too. Wow. Forgive the cough, like I said earlier. Michael Richard Clark pulled that off against Son of Irish in the original Clandestine Society show. And basically the crowd went absolutely nuts because nobody had seen that before, so... So yeah, folks, if you are DVRing the show, make sure you set your DVR to run an extra 30 minutes. It's one of the first times I think I've heard Regal actually concerned about someone. Don't see the shoulder breaker anymore. I thought Scott Norton doing that move. The thing is, I think like they announced the overrun actually on Monday that TSN or TBS was allowing of 15 extra minutes. And this is the night to do it because, well, for MLB... Oh, no. The problem with the shoulder breaker, it's the same thing with a pile driver. A lot of people can't pull it off properly, and if you don't pull it off properly, there is a high possibility of hurting your neck. They said adjust your DVRs. They want to make sure people knew this time again. Yeah, like the thing they realize, and I think AEW is smart for this, is realize that people don't always watch TV live anymore. A lot of people watch this stuff on tape delay. Hell, you should see the numbers I get on this show just by putting it on YouTube right after. I just mentioned that this is the time where it syncs up with the TV and people just watch. Just realized you've been subbed for 9 months and that I've been watching this stream for probably Zodiac, I appreciate the... Whoa, almost had it. Yuna's doing everything here. I just appreciate you guys being here. It all came from everybody just wanting to hear my opinions about AEW, so... watch AEW on PVR almost every week, which is why you're usually late here. Yeah, like, I don't blame you. Like, when you're dealing with the Mountain Time Zone and the Western Time Zone, that's 6 o'clock and 5 o'clock. It's pretty damn tough for most people. Like, for me, it's nothing. Tonight's technically my Saturday. And thank you, Darthwick, for the compliment as well. Oh, nice reversal. I gotta fix that with Stream Elements. I put in a new link tree for my contacts, and I thought that if I did that, it would pop up the message on the other side, but... Oh, wow. Brought him to the ring and then just really wrenched on it. That was actually a lot closer prediction than I thought it would be. 82-12. But you got to put MJF over here. You got to get him in position where he is just a runaway machine going into, well, namely going into Cincinnati in 2 weeks. Is he going to shake the hand? There is no way there's going to be a handshake here. You think he's honestly going to do it? I wish there was we were able to do that quick of a poll whether anybody would actually think that he would shake the hand. Fuck no. He's going to kick him in the balls. Oh, even better. So basically, we got a game of who's in charge right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Regal's loading up the power of the punch. I love this crowd. MJF shares a bank account with his mother. Nice. I wouldn't want to screw up with him there. With Regal standing in front of me with brass knuckles, I am not doing anything. So while we got a split second here, I want to ask you guys, with all this controversy, like, hell, it's AEW. Controversy, water's wet. Never mess with an angry British person. Yeah, we've known that the last few weeks here with Saraya coming out, and now with Regal acting out like this. Like, yeah, we're on our way here. With all this thing going on with El Idolo and Preston Vance, 10, and the drama between El Idolo and Guevara, They might take away the opening to game patch. Oh! Well, Adam, we might have pissed off Vertical Noise if they're watching tonight, so just please be careful. But yeah, with everything going on with Guevara, El Idolo, and now this match with Preston Vance on Friday, do you honestly think that we are going to see the last of El Idolo on Friday? How are we pissing them off? They're on a flight. You never know what... They do have TVs on planes now. I hate to break that to you, Zodiac. They're putting over the hat. Oh, we can't afford the planes with TVs? Oh, okay. That I don't feel as bad. Oh, as soon as Sammy opens his mouth, everybody just piles on him. So we know he's defending the title next week. All right. It's time for our weekly murder. Sammy needs to be shut down for a long minute. We've been saying that multiple times here, and yeah, it gets really frustrating to watch a guy with the potential of a Sammy Guevara. Because he does have, like, let's not even kid ourselves. He has a ton of potential here. And it looks like Darby couldn't afford his jacket, so he stole, what, did he steal a sandbag? Yes, I do realize that's a straight jacket. Predictions are up for this match, guys. We've got 5 minutes on the clock for you. Yeah, I think Ricky Starks summed it up perfectly in his tweeted response to this whole El Idolo Guevara thing. Would all these kids please shut the fuck up? Pardon my French, but yes, that's exactly what he said. And I wholeheartedly agree with him. Or sorry, can my coworkers all please shut the up? Yes, that's exactly what was written, and I completely agree with Ricky. Like, so many of these public beefs, and this is coming into a very critical time here for AEW. For those that don't know and haven't noticed here, we have I know it'll fix the whole problem. Media scrum to the back end. I was trying to mock that to the salon meme on TikTok. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that up on... Maybe I got to start doing something on TikTok too. Yeah. Like, I know I was watching Expansion Pass get taped today. And I know that there was a mention there about having to start using a little bit more social media like the old TikTok, like us old fogies don't understand what the hell it is. I'm wholeheartedly with you, sir, by the way. I keep it on there. I'll like a few things. I'll repost a few cat videos that I like. But other than that, I haven't done a whole lot, and I need to start doing a little bit more on it. So if you guys ever find any interesting clips you want put out there, feel free to clip anything you want. I'll go through it after the show and take a look at them. I'm actually really surprised that Darby isn't dead yet this match. That's usually something that happens within the first minute. I think I can accept never being big if I never find myself using TikTok. And that's the thing about me. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate everybody being here, and I appreciate our numbers going up every day. But I'm not here to solely focus on numbers. Like, this literally started where I had 3 or 4 people that said they wanted to watch Dynamite with me. So while I was starting this Twitch stream, I thought, well, why don't we just start doing this? And all of a sudden now, it's been growing leaps and bounds every week. And don't get me wrong, I am totally thankful for everybody here. But I'm never going to bullshit you guys ever. That's one thing I always promise myself. So I guess I'll get into what set me off today, but one of my former partners here. Well, all right, we got the picture-in-picture. Oh, we don't get picture-in-picture here now. It's just solid commercial. All right. One of my former partners put a tweet out saying that he had the biggest month of views that he's ever had. That things have increased this month. So I'm like, all right, your entire staff left you, so let me go take a look. There's a website called Sully Gnome. Let me see if I can... if you guys are ever curious to see how... let's copy that there. I'll throw that in the chat for you guys. If you ever just are a real stats person and want to know how a Twitch stream's doing versus a previous month versus a previous period, you can go in there and actually look at any Twitch stream. It'll get you the information, comparing months, comparing periods, comparing whatever. Shout out to Cloud for showing me this website here. I'm looking, I'm like, he's not even close. He went down by half. So I'm like, I'll never BS you guys, even if things are horrible. But yeah, all right, back it up here. So Darth Mick, what kind of podcast are you guys thinking about? Podcasting is never going to be a primary source of income. I might consider a lot more. Yeah, like I'm with you guys. Like, I would like this to be a more substantial part of my income, to where my other job wouldn't be as important, where I could, flex around and get a little bit more, get a job that's a little more suitable to where I could actually work on some other stuff. But yeah, I agree with you, Adam. Only Losers podcast, really. You do video. You're video entertainment. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Jank Beyond Jank. That is a hell of a podcast name, too, by the way. The Best Losers. There you go. For some of the ways that some people have to, stooge to win, it's sort of like wrestling. for some of the things that some people have to do to win, I'd rather consider myself a loser, thank you. Three of you have very different personalities, views, and that actually could work out very well. What I would recommend is, number one, don't wait. Just get something recorded. It doesn't take much. You can do it off your own phone if you want. If you want some advice on some free sites to get yourself going, feel free. I don't want to speak on behalf of Adam, but I'm sure Adam would be more than willing to help. I'm willing to help too if you need any help with any of that. Because I know I shut down my podcast just a few months ago here. That's just because I was young and foolish and ended up paying for it when we got big. Remember, the game has a following. You work hard, you find some success. Yeah, like... And here's the thing, and I think this is the biggest advantage that... I don't want to turn this into a... Working on the music and the sound effects side, well, one of the friends is a 20-year venture software. So you basically got everything in order. The biggest thing I'd say is just don't wait. Just get it done, get it out there, and let the promo machine work. Because let's face, oh my God, Darby's knee's got to be done. Like, I don't know how Darby's knee doesn't literally snap with how small it is. Like, it reminds me of those early UFC days where the guy would actually lose to... he would lose if he broke the other guy's body part. He would get disqualified. So neither guy would move on in the tournaments. Did a test run Monday night. He's practicing editing. Okay, cool. Typically, if you're not doing a current events stream or a current events podcast, the only other suggestion I have is if you're not doing something that isn't current event, like you're not trying to report on something or move on, similar to what Adam does with Game Patch. If you're doing something that's just generic and that, I would say work on them as soon as you can, but get 5 in the tank. Because if you know you can do 5, you know you can do 50. Not saying you don't need to improve, but at least get those in. Because anybody can do one show. Darby hasn't done a real oh my God move yet. Except that Code Red, which is almost turning into normal for him. Oh, here comes Jay and Satnam. Oh no. Double reversal. Look at this. Oh no. Yep, got that cradle pin for the victory. The Last Supper. And somebody just lost 1,100 points. Wow. It's not like you guys don't have a ton of points anyway here, but... I'm sorry, Darth. But this is going to be interesting. Just completely off topic now. I'm sorry to switch things all over the place here. Yeah, you make it up sooner or later. Around here, it's easy. So we're doing this again, just like we did in the first match. There, shook your head. You happy now? And Sanjay's... Yeah, so even Zodiac's got some help for you here, too. Like, how many of us in here in the chat actually have done a podcast or are doing a podcast right now? Alrighty. We're getting right into our next match here. Sorry, I thought that we might actually be going into a commercial break, but obviously not. I love the fact that he's gone back to his old music a little bit here, Brian Cage. And the only reason I think there might be some controversy in this one, as I throw up the prediction up here for you guys now. Yeah, if you ever have questions, just throw it out there. Like, we got so many people here who have done podcasts, doing podcasts. Like, hell, I've been doing shows since 2011. And realistically, this is a podcast I'm doing right now with you guys. This is no different than my live college show I used to do when I started in 2011 on a little format called Blog Talk Radio. That was interesting. 45 minutes of Canadian football followed by 45 minutes of WWF at a very crappy time. I think the most fun I've had is when people knew I had the show was the night after I literally had a theater of kids throwing popcorn and stuff at me because I laughed at them all because Cena lost a match. Who's the fellow with Cage? He is Prince Nana. He is he's a veteran of Ring of Honor, and he basically owns the Embassy. That's the faction that he runs down there, and Brian Cage is a member of it now. Originally, that spot was held for Tully Blanchard, but at the Death Before Dishonor card that AEW hosted during the pre-show, Prince Nana essentially bought everyone from the Tully Blanchard Corporation and brought them over to the Embassy. So Tully Blanchard's no longer around, which... all right. And now the Embassy has 3 strong members right now from what I've seen. And until they actually have a TV show for Ring of Honor, 3 is more than fine. Somebody actually backed up Wardlow. I am very thankful that Wardlow is not that much smaller than Cage. Because if you're trying to present Wardlow as this monster and you have Brian Cage in there with, if he was that much bigger. And there goes Cage doing the same thing. Dialed it up. Both these guys just playing a game of... Do you think Wardlow should drop the title? I'll be perfectly honest right now, Darth. I don't know. Like, who do they have in line to take the title from Wardlow? Basically, keep Wardlow in his position right now. Oh, look out. That is a very interesting counter to a powerbomb right there. Yeah, there you go. You got Miro that possibly could. Like, I think Miro's almost done with that movie, is he not? And this is what we're getting into. I was talking about this, I think, about a half an hour ago as we were getting into it. Tonight is the 3-year anniversary for AEW, right? That should also signal a lot of things to a lot of people, because when a lot of the people came to AEW, they signed 3-year contracts. So we're going to get to a point now where a lot of talent are running out of their deals. So we're either going to have a lot of talent stay, or we're going to have a lot of free agents coming up. Tony Khan's not stupid. He picked up everybody he could for a situation like this. Like, you want to talk about the mass firings that WWE did in 2020 and 2021 that were heinous? Well, Tony Khan's going to get a lot of flack here, even though he shouldn't, because these contracts are going to be disappearing starting now. Like, now's when he's going to start having contracts starting to expire, and a lot of people exploring different options here. So it seems almost perfect where Triple H is starting to think about opening up NXT Europe again next year. Who are the ones I think will be gone? I don't know all the deals. I don't. That's the thing, Darthwick. I really don't want to. I don't want to get into who I think's going to be gone, who's not. But I don't know who signs contracts, and frankly, Tony Khan doesn't have to tell us a damn thing, to be perfectly frank, because while WWE is a public company, AEW is private. The reason that all those release announcements came up is because it's a publicly traded company, so we all had to know where the money was going. It was funny because up for a time there, I had shares in WWE. Not anymore. Remember the game? I could see Wardlow dropping the title after MJF is champ, and Wardlow works a program with him. I think Wardlow's the guy that takes the title off of MJF eventually. But I'm looking at December 2024. Winter's coming. Sorry, 2023. Winter's coming 2023. It's the last pay-per-view before MJF could be gone. If MJF signs a contract, even if he doesn't, Wardlow wins that championship, MJF stays off screen, which you know he can for a while. He can tease all he wants about siding with the Fed. Jesus! And a low German. Another low angle German. I love how they're playing this out here. Like, I don't know if you guys have read before. I'm pretty sure everybody's read everything on everything these days, but Paul White, Big Show, always used to comment the fact that he was able to do drop kicks quite easily off the top. But it was Hogan telling him to stop doing that because he makes the cruiserweights look bad. My God, Cesaro, eat your heart out. It's been a while since I've seen a referee actually try to kick a manager outside. Going for Weapon X now. I think it would be amazing to see Paul White do a missile drop kick to a 210-pound wrestler. That's exactly it. My God, he hit it. Brian Cage has a lot of... oh yeah, Paul White did it before. Like, he did it in Japan when he was there. Like, he's been able to do those moves. It's just, like you said, Hogan... Well, let's just face it, it's... There's a phrase we have for it. It's called Hogan. Nice wind-up lariat there. That's going to be about it. Come on now, let's go. Let's go home. Oh, here come the straps. And Nana's going insane on the outside. I'm with Taz. I'm like, why didn't you cover him right away? You're just going to make Cage look stupid now. Going up, going down. There's two. I would love to see him screw up on the third one and all of a sudden it turns into a small package, 1, 2, 3 and done. It's not getting over the way you... That's how you pick it up a little bit. Well, at least he gave him 4. If you're gonna give him shots, you better make enough shots that'll make it count, right? Uh-oh. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the other part of the embassy. And this is where I got a feeling we're going to hear something about a say yeah. No! Joe just coming out in regular clothes. That is hilarious. No, there's somebody else coming. There's gotta be. Yep, there it is. Just one spot behind where I thought it would be. You gotta love it when an NOI wants to stand up to FTR. Wow, that's gonna be your next big tag team feud, Ring of Honor. Well, Taz is very underrated. He just got put into commentary at a very bad time in WWE. Or not necessarily a bad time, but he got a young Michael Cole that didn't really find his niche until post, I'd almost say post WrestleMania 27, when he ended up being in a match. All right, so we're actually going to get the women's match on early tonight again. They're going to top of the hour instead of quarter past. Yeah. I really enjoy the fact that they got Shivani and Shivani taking a bit of a back seat compared to the rest. You got Excalibur carrying most of the load and Taz. I feel FTR looks like original Double Dragon bad guys. The look, the way they walk, the music could be on an 8-bit version. Well, first of all, that music, do not disparage that music in any way whatsoever. It is absolutely beautiful. The way they look, yeah, they do look like generic bad guys, but they're badasses. And I think that's, well, if you want to look at Tully and Ard from the 80s, that's pretty much exactly what you're seeing right now with Dax and Cash. Like oh, I know. But it has a beat that can be turned into an NES version. That's well, that's 3/4 of the music out of the 80s. So Darthwick, I'm sorry, I took it the wrong way. If I took it the wrong way at all, I don't think you were. But yeah. If you think about it, if you go into any 80s pop song, you could probably fit it into a game somewhere and make it sound somewhat close. Like hell, even what they did with all the AEW theme songs, they actually put out an 8-bit album for them. It is available on Spotify. Then you can look up 8-bit AEW. It's got like 7 or 8 songs. They're all set up to 8-bit music. I get a kick out of it once in a while. Try to listen to a hard rock song like Kenny Omega's theme put into 8-bit. It makes you feel like you want to get on the Excite bikes and just go. Basically, that's basically where I'm going with on that one. So, while we got a split second here, first of all, thank you everybody for stopping in here today. I do appreciate it. Hope you're all having fun here tonight. Next stream I'm gonna have is tomorrow. I haven't done one of these watch-alongs in a while. Yes, I know we're watching it like this, but I'm talking about one of the ones we actually watch together at the same time on the screen. We're gonna be on here just before 2 o'clock tomorrow, 2 o'clock Mountain. Where they're going to be screening the first trailer for the Mario Brothers movie. That's coming up thanks to Nintendo in America. We're going to do that here. I'll give you my legit thoughts as we go around because I'm super excited for this. And after we're done, we'll talk about it a little bit, maybe try to break it down a little bit, and then maybe we'll get back into Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, see how much more we can get into that, because, God, that game was fun. I didn't expect to have as much fun as they did, because a lot of those upgrading and whatnot games like that. I just, there. If I'm going to beat somebody up, I gotta beat them up, but. Oh, so she found a doctor that wouldn't clear Saraya. All right, sorry about the cough there. Am I the only one that does not like Jack Black at all? You know what? I haven't watched enough Jack Black to really have an opinion, but I won't be. Oh, speaking of the Mario movie, I don't know. I've always been on the positive part of let's see. I don't want to get in the way here. All right, well, Kirk's going to be happy here real quick. Turnbuckle Studios about to be overjoyed. All right, let's throw this on here with another 5 minutes. Get your predictions in here. You know, until I get to see a few of the trailers and basically until I see the movie, then I'll critique anything to the nines. I'm not gonna bury something before it actually happens. It's almost the point where you don't want to they're trying to get all these entrances in and everything, which I appreciate for this, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it just drags a little bit. Stagehand! Timing! Ha! That's funny. That's funny. Hashtag botch. Tony's firing somebody after the show. Oh no, that would be Vince. Vince would have done that. All right, so we just got about 3 minutes in, and there's still money available to get out there, guys. Well, points at least. You can use those to play. Did I turn off the sound bits? That's the question I keep wondering for everybody here. I did. All right, guys. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I promise you for the next stream, I will have all the sound bits put back on. So I was wondering why they weren't getting used in a while. Because I keep forgetting when we're doing, like... I turned it off for the pay-per-view preview show. That's when I use the other program, that's why. Because... when you use these web-based browsers to stream instead of like OBS or something like that, you can't add those on there. Like a lot of people talk about, ooh, that was an impact there by Athena. Yeah. But now actually, Twitch has actually come up with their own way now that you can actually bring guests onto your stream without having them to have all this fancy software and stuff, so. Yeah, Penelope seems to be, well, she had all that time off with an injury, right? Like, I think she had the better part of a year off with a knee injury. By the way, if you didn't know, Penelope Ford, hell of a Sims player. She actually plays Sims on Twitch, and she really is into it. But yeah, things seem to be a lot more crisp and a lot more sharp with her now than before her injury when she was there. Oh, and there's the chop block. There's going to be the change of momentum right now. That you were wondering which person was going to be taking the heat for the faces here. So for a lot of people, they're wondering what's the big deal of moving the women's match to the top of the hour versus that spot that they were always in. Well, if you put something at the top of the hour, it's typically what you're going to get more viewers watching. You're going to get... most people are actually moving off a channel onto another channel at that point, so... That's why ultimately you want your best programming to show up at the top of the hour and the bottom of the hour, because, you know, us guys back in the years ago, back when you didn't have to type in what you wanted to see, we actually had to hit a button and, click through it. Typically, whenever the show would be done, you'd flick around, see if there's anything else better on, then go to your show, unless you were going to go to your show no matter what. It's always about picking what you want to see. And if these matches here can draw those quarter-hour ratings that Tony Khan is hoping for, then this might be the opportunity they get to expand a little bit more on the women's demographic here. I really do hope they get the chance to do it. I really hope that it becomes successful, but and of course here comes Carl. You'll be happier than a pig in dirt today. There's Jayme in the match, and there goes Jayme in the match. Sorry if it's no sound in the background. Just when it's in picture, I just turn the volume off for the show, just because we don't need to go commercials getting any extra play than they need to. Well, she's trying to get to that corner, but I don't. Yep, there it is. Oh, no, no way. Ow. A little bit of extra effect there with the Hayter suplex there. I was going to say, is Willow going to get the hot tag here? She could use it, that's for sure. Like, I've had a chance to watch Willow wrestle live. By the way, Adam, there's a link in the crowd there right now about a Final Fantasy VI randomizer if you're interested. I was trying to figure that out for about an hour here, trying to figure out what was going on with that sign because it looks so long. By the way, we have gone on record here last week, and I want to give shout out to Cloud another shout out once again. So why'd you throw it back at him? Yeah. I think it's ff6wc.com or something to that effect. And by the way, I have heard that the Hail Saturn sign has been has successfully made it all the way out to Toronto already, so it's in preps for next week. All right, here's our moment where everybody hits their finish, and of course, Hayter's gonna get the last one. That was a great camera cover up on that one there. Penelope was falling on her ass. All right, that hurt. That hurt. Well, I guess if you're going to get somebody to eat the pin, it's going to be Penelope. That's why Britt wasn't in the match. Wait, hashtag Praise Saturn made its way out of the Discord? Yes, it did. Well, it made it onto the show last week. Or I don't know if you remember. It was here last week or the week before. Well, I guess physical's allowed. 2 weeks ago. Okay, there you go. So we're getting a rememberthegamepodcast.com sign that includes the words Hail Saturn. Well, I think the Smarks might have to shut up now a little bit. Meltzer came out the day that she arrived saying, oh, she's not cleared to compete. Well, I don't know if that's going to be the case now if they've actually made contact in the ring. Mr. Vital Walls, thank you. You have a show next Wednesday, Adam? Jeez, from Toronto, and we're going to be promoting your All right. Chat, we got to get this through. We'll have to send it into the Discord somewhere and all that. Can you block the ball? I can't dodge a wrench. How can it? I'd say I'm about a good 90% compared to what I was this time last week. This time last week, it was just starting to set in a little bit. I do have a bit of a cough left, obviously, as you can see. Mr. Manu Bowl, yes, of course. Oh, here we go. Everybody get your scissors out. I don't deal with sharp objects on stream, so... All right, I wanted to say this before the show, and I know you guys were asking what the big deal is to me about scissoring daily is. It's not even the fact that they, like, all right, yeah, it's the gimmick, it's scissoring day, whatever. It's the fact that if this was WWE, the Acclaimed would be a complete joke group. They'd be Billy and Chuck 2.0. But the fact that AEW is treating them like great wrestlers who just happen to be gay. Bowens' facial expressions are almost as good as Max's raps. Absolutely. You know what? You really can't argue with that right now. Well, let's not go that far. I'll give him that. Best homegrown talent in AEW history? Wow. It's a better version of Street Profits. Well, there are enough subtle changes in there, too, that just make it that much better there. Same with Private Party. Yeah, like... There you go. Acclaimed every Wednesday. Nice. Nice. And he throws himself out with the chin right there. It's awesome. I love this. You notice that they use the podium a lot when they're in Washington? Is it just a coincidence or is it just me? I love how Billy's sitting there with his two fingers. He just really doesn't know what to do. He's just standing there. Ah, gotta love it. Oh, this is great. With DX coming on next Monday on Raw. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that... an extra large pair of scissors. Nice. Bowens, don't run with scissors. It's careful. You think there'll be a Scissor Me Daddy chat? Easily. You gotta love this love-in just on the outside. Everybody's going at it. All right. Where are the old champs? Let's go. Where's Strickland? Where's Lee? They gotta show up here sometime. I don't want to remember that game. I don't want to remember that game. Don't remind me of that game. If anybody wants to know, it's the wide right game for the Bills. Oh, no, that was the blowout by the Bills. It's one of those 4 times the Bills went to the Super Bowl. Billy with the honky tonk man shuffle. Bipartisan scissor. As a Washington Red commanding football skin team, I remember when we used to be good. I was wondering how long it would take for them to get Strickland out here. Yeah, I would agree, but it's still fun as hell. That's true. Are they as over as a tag team since Hardly Dudley's E&C era? I really mean that, too. After MJF, the Acclaim were my favorite thing in AEW. I will get to that in a second here. There are some others I would say are different. All right, what do you got to say? Well, at least they got those extra large pair of scissors to cut that up. All right, well. Scissor Me Timbers. That's actually the name of the move. All right. So we got our first match side for, well, second match for Toronto side. Billy versus Swerve Strickland. That's going to be an interesting match. All right, they're talking about that mask match coming up. Coming up on Friday here. We already talked about that earlier. In response to your question there, Adam, I would say that if you want to talk about the over tag teams, you avoid WWE when you talk about the 2010s. Because I honestly do think teams like the Motor City Machine Guns, America's Most Wanted, Triple X, for their time, were as over as any team that WWE was throwing out. But yeah, it's been a very long time to see a team like the Acclaim that has been over like this. Once you start getting into that Hogan Bischoff era of TNA, pretty much all tag team wrestling in North America went to crap. Yeah, you only watch WWE. I get it. Like, and that's most people. So don't fault yourself at all. I agree with a lot of people. It's that way as well. So, excuse me. Like, a lot of people didn't even know about ECW until way after the merger happened. So, and that's what I've always told people when you're talking about wrestling and you're talking like. when they're talking about solid booking and whatnot, they're not trying to book for people that are sitting there trying to go through every tape, every organization, every, like, I watch MLW, I watch Impact every week, I watch New Japan every week, I watch Stardom every week, so I know all this stuff about everything. They're not looking for those people. They're not looking to cater necessarily to those people. Those people are important, but they're not the key ones that you're trying to cater to. When you're trying to book a show, you're trying to cater to somebody that, oh, I was watching the Rays lose a playoff game, and I want something to cheer my spirits up. So I'm gonna come over to, oh, there's some great wrestling on here. I want to stay for this. That's just an example. It's a very common example, but it's an example. Shout out to the Blue Jays starting on Friday. So, but a lot of people are always upset that they're not booking towards what they should be. Like this whole thing with FTR and the Young Bucks, when it didn't get booked, everybody was so upset. That was a Mark's dream come true, of course. Of course, you got to raise up in the chat. I think the only thing that's going to be up is Cleveland home runs, but and Darth Mick, I'm sorry about your Mariners there. I really feel bad for you guys after what happened to Haggerty on Monday night. I was watching right before I turned on Bloodstained here for our stream, and I just saw that injury go down when he went into second base and tore his groin. It's like, ugh. It's not good when you're fighting for a playoff spot and you end up getting one of your star players injured. Like, I don't even know how Rodriguez is going to do. Next man up. That's the mentality you got to have, but that's also a mentality of somebody who's really nervous. That's the first word you say. It's been 21 years. You think I've been waiting to have this end of the country in Toronto? Nice. Nice, Darth Mick. I'll give you that one. Nice. I'll give Madison Rain that little poke there. Anyone that can do the magic Mike Menard there. The sports entertaining, you know. All right, let me get this next prediction up here. And by the way, I'm sorry that your flight for the playoffs will die, unfortunately, at customs on the way over. So. All right, let's get this prediction put in here for 5 minutes. Let's get these big bulls collided here. You know, you're talking about Roosh with that helmet and... So yeah, just a reminder, this week we're on the Wednesday, the one from Toronto. But the week after, it's actually going to be a Tuesday night we're going to be here. Same time, 8 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern. Or sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain. But it's just on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday. So it's actually going to work really well because right after Dynamite, there's a whole glutton of other channels that we can go raid instead of the usual. Don't cheer for a ton of good guys, but you're a Page fan. Like, the only thing I'll say, and this is one of those things that I really do enjoy about Adam Page, is he's doing it all the right way. It almost seems like everybody else was a little bit more artificially made. And it's just the slow build of Adam Page has just helped him get to the level that that whole way, the way the whole story came out to him eventually beating Kenny Omega for that championship all the way back from when they were tag champs. For me, it was just absolutely phenomenal the way that everything set up there. These gaffer... Somebody's going to be pissed that they have to go back and re-rack those cables, right? Well, she's not going to be distracted forever. She's not a WWE official. So we still got... With the extra time, we got 45 minutes, and we got 2 matches left, or 3 matches left. Because we're supposed to still have Luchasaurus still in action here tonight, so I got a feeling that'll be like a 2-minute get in, get out. That'll be our match that we don't have to put points up for, so. And as I can see, with 2 minutes to go, it's 17 points versus 0 for Roosh. But yeah, it seems like you can tell both these guys really enjoy working together here, just the way that everything seems so smooth with each other here. They did have a look. I don't know if they actually worked together in ROH. How many weeks have we gone without blood? I think it's 2 weeks. Well, at least not intentional blood. Let's put it that way. I think it's been 2 weeks. Because definitely Grand Slam we had. Because that was Danielson and Moxley in the finals, right? Guarantee you there was like 16 buckets. Yeah, rather impressive. I got a feeling you're going to see some of the main tonight. Between Danielson, Jericho, and Garcia, I think between the 3 of them they will. Roosh sitting over there wanting a kiss from Aubrey. Yeah, no. I don't know if that was a kiss or a hard of hearing lead overs, but either way, no. I love how they try to do the quiet spot while they're in picture, so nobody can really tell what the quiet spot is right now. So, but I'm really looking forward to the show in Toronto next week. Oh, the other note I was going to let you guys know about, Tomorrow we're going to be on around 2 o'clock. Saturday, it's Extreme Rules, so I might be on after that. If not, I'll try and finish streaming on Sunday. We got to get back into that Michael Jordan challenge. We got to put 55 on the Knicks, which I'll feel very grateful for. Because anytime I can take John Starks to the woodshed, I'm more than happy to do so. Hashtag pray Saturn. I just want to see, like, I want to see Adam get, like, 2025 new Patriots just based on that sign. And each one of them just put pray Saturn in the chat right off the bat. Letting us know that they're all dedicated Saturn fans. Could you imagine them coming in there just because everybody loves the Saturn? Absolutely glorious. Next thing you know, when they're in Edmonton, I'll have to get a sign put up saying McHugh's for Hall of Fame. And we can go from there. Our numbers have not as grown as expected. The propaganda machine has been weak lately. Yeah, Here's the problem this time of year. We're starting to get so many damn good games coming in. Like, I saw Adam's list of upcoming games that he wants to get into. Like, he didn't even mention Bayonetta, which is the one I'm probably looking forward to the most right now. I haven't had a chance to play Bayonetta Water 2, but I know that 3 is supposed to be a real upgrade from everything I've seen. Problem for me is all the sports games are coming out at the same time too, so it's like, ugh. Sudoku remake? Hook it in your veins? Yeah, absolutely. Like, and there's so many games that I've already downloaded that I can't get to right now. I will say this. The one that disappointed me the most right now, I would have to say, is Rumbleverse. I've been playing it offline. I've been watching videos of it, and it just... No way. Oh, he slid too. They've really changed. Oh, there's your blood. Well, we're done. There goes that streak. But when it comes to Rumbleverse, they've turned it into basically everything I have to do for Fortnite, I have to do for Rumbleverse now. The only difference is I don't get to shoot people with a sniper. There's the lyric. There's Paige. Haven't tried Rumbleverse yet, though it looked good. Don't get me wrong, if you like a tactical game, sort of like your Fortnites and whatnot, but you like melee instead of sniper, you'll enjoy it. And Phil, by the way, good to see you here tonight. I just seen you pop in here. Oh. Moxley's out there. Private Party's like, yeah, no. All right, what's going on here? Hold that thought, Darth Mick. I got your answer for you. All right, Mox. Gonna break the face and then ooh. I like that phrase, best in the world. Alrighty. This just got changed up in a hurry. This crowd is just eating up both sides right now. This is actually pretty amazing. Ooh. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. That these kids are opening their mouth way too much these days. All right. The reason I told you to hold on to your thought there on that, Darth Mick. Personally, I would have to say, if you haven't seen it yet, check out Calvary. Or is it Calvary or Chivalry? Just came out on Game Pass. It's a 32 on 32 battle royal here. Chivalry 2, that's it. Just got added. I love that. Willow's just like, I don't care you beat me twice. You could try and beat me a third time. You won't do it. All right. What other mentality are you going to have with any of your challengers? Mr. CLB is here. And he stole Jericho's suit. And poor Fuego. Why do they put Fuego in these matches all the time? Reverse Death Valley Driver. Yeah, good thing we did play predictions up for that one. No, we're not putting predictions up on that. I'm sorry, that's just not the way it works, Darth Mick. You lost all your money tonight. All right, Jungle Boy, I see you. We going at it next week? CLB himself. Creepy little bastard. Next week in Toronto, my hometown. But next week, all right. I think we could have pretty much told that was what was going to happen, so. So now we're going to get the Rampage run through here. What? We're not getting the match now? They didn't even give us the match. Holy crap. So guys, like there's a... Okay, this Friday was supposed to be the Mask versus Career match with Andrade versus 10. But now we're getting this trios match with Pac, Penta, and Phoenix versus all three members of the Dark Order. Or did I read something there that I didn't see Udo there as the third man? Maybe I'm reading something wrong here, but yeah, I didn't see that there. So with all this heat coming down on Andrade, maybe that's what's happening here. Jericho versus Danielson. All right. Heard Andrade was sent home. He probably was home, and that's what the problem was. He was tweeting out all that crap. But yeah, Darthmic, I want to go back to your other question here, and I want to bring up some suggestions and some games I've really wanted to... There's a couple games that I've really wanted to get involved with on stream, but I just... We all know that magic word. It starts with a B, ends with dump, known as backlog. Or sorry, ends with turd. And it's known as backlog. If you want a decent battle royale game that's not... That's a little bit different. Like you said, like chivalrous. You could either go with Chivalry 2, which is, I do believe, a 16 on 16 medieval battle royal game. Or the other one I was looking at, if you want to go a little more Eastern, you go Naraka Blade Point, available on Game Pass as well. Basically, that's an equivalent. It's a Korean game. I actually got to play through the tutorial. It actually looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It is basically a medieval Fortnite in a way. Medieval Call of Duty. You use blades and arrows. You don't use guns involved. So blades, arrows, timing, and all these games are based on a very simple principle. Rock, paper, scissors. Like you get to do one move beats another move beats that move, but doesn't beat the other move. And it's just, which one do you guess right? Coming as a fight fan, you understand that completely, because that's basically the mentality you have to hold when you're dealing with fighting games or these kind of games as well. It's what, is your opponent going to pick rock, paper, scissors, and can you pick the other one that matches up appropriately first? But yeah, if you wanted like a medieval battle royal game, I would suggest checking out Chivalry 2 on Game Pass right now. And if you don't have Game Pass, well, get it. Even PC Game Pass is worth it sometimes. You could, and if you're on Discord, quite often they have deals for a free month of PC Game Pass on there. So, but yeah, we got. I guess I should put up this prediction here for our main event here. Since it is the main event coming up, and it's already 5 minutes to 8. I'm actually surprised. We got and since they said it's going to be a overrun, I will put 10 minutes on this for you guys. This main event guarantees we're staying late. Well, they did, like I said, TBS announced it before, so it was sort of a make good for what they had to do to him on the 18th. Big thing about the 18th is it's either not sure if it's baseball or it's hockey, whichever one's causing the delay that day. It could be the LC. It's either the LCS causing the issue, or else it could be one of the first nights of the NHL that they want to make sure they can cover there. Because I think for the opening night they're going to do a doubleheader probably. Yeah, that's right. The 18th is the first day of the hockey season. Holy crap. We're 2 weeks away from puck drop. Let's go Oilers. Let's boo Leafs. Everybody knows Montreal. We just take pity on them, right? That's pretty much the consensus around these parts. Such a weird dichotomy. Like, could you imagine 20 years ago having 30-second or bust? I don't know. San Jose's working damn hard to get to that spot there, sir. So I don't know if I would push too hard to get to 30-second, my friend. You can tell how small that building is just simply because how long the ramp is for them. So if you're wondering where the Leafs, or sorry, where AEW is going to be working next week, it's not the place where the Maple Leafs play. It's actually where the minor league team, the Marlies, play. It's formerly, I believe it's the former Maple Leaf Gardens, where they get to go in there, or some version of. I'm sure our Ontario fans will let us know more than anything there. Either way, I know Shout and Jupiter Vision are somewhat on their way there already, getting ready for this. Thought the Maple Leafs were the minor league team? Well, I'll give you the rib shot, but it's actually true. Here's a fun fact for you, and I love dunking on the Maple Leafs, so let's just keep going with it. With Zdeno Chara retiring just over 2 weeks ago, just before training camp started, there is now literally not a single player in the NHL that has lost a playoff series to the Leafs. Chara was the only one for 3 years before he retired. So, take that with a grain of salt there. Does anybody know the last WWE World Heavyweight Champion when the Leafs won a playoff series? If you guessed name redacted, you'd be a winner. It was 2 months before he lost the title to Orton at SummerSlam in Toronto, so. I love the sign in the background, Sammy Drama. Program alert, you better. Okay. Thank you. They moved tennis for this. Thank you. Now they're getting their priorities straight. Damn Skippy, I love this. You know how many times us as wrestling fans have to always put up with this crap on our shows? Like, we'll get to our show as soon as this other thing is done. It's about time somebody else has to deal with it on their end. So yeah, once again, a reminder, if you guys are around next weekend, the Rampage from Toronto is going to be broadcasting on TSN2 at 11 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Mountain. It's going to be an hour delay compared to what the States gets, but at the same time, watching it on TSN is going to give people a lot of indication that there might be a possibility that we could get more of it. They actually have Rampage on every Friday. Nice job, Danielson. It's 5 after 8, and they're using picture-in-picture still. You gotta love it. So, if I remember right, is this the same building that they used for the first Dynamite, or was that... No, they were here about a month in, so... I will say this, I really do hope that AEW figures things out from the political side so they can actually get their stuff together and actually grow the way they should, because they got a prime opportunity. There's so many people that want to watch wrestling. That's the thing. Oh, roll through. Oh, you're heading off? Okay. Well, hopefully the rest of this match isn't too exciting while you're gone here, Darth Mick. I do appreciate you, and we will we'll see you next week while everybody else is in Toronto. So, look forward to seeing you then, sir. Don't forget, folks, we got just under 2 minutes here. Right now, all the money's over on Guevara Jericho. So if you're a gambling man, feel free to put a little bit on Danielson and Garcia for yourself. I just love watching, Danielson trying to haul somebody around like Jericho, who really can't go. Oh yeah, by the way, hashtag Bray Saturn. But I don't know what you're really going to be able to do with Sammy here. Like, for all the times he's opened his mouth here, it's just how many problems he causes throughout this entire saga here. It seems like Sammy's been an ongoing issue maker. I seriously believe that Tony's going to need to find some kind of disciplinary in the back that's not just a wrestler. If he likes to delegate, well... Because the difference is he signed these guys to contracts. Like, he wants to keep them under contract, fine, but suspend if you have to. Oh, yeah, thank you, Zoya. Thank you for the posture check, sir. I keep getting hunched over as I'm getting angry at this. Oh, that's right. They're doing the Rampage on the Thursday taping. Oh, that is a horrible pose. Oh, it was in Washington where they had their first show. That's why the crowd's so small. Ah, I love that crowd response. I agree with AEW getting their crap together. They had a couple of years of WWE struggling to really take it to them, and every time they started gaining momentum, something went wrong. WWE is improving at a pace that hasn't been at for forever. I like AEW, but they got to get on track quick. I'll be honest, I don't... Sammy gets swatted. I'd argue they haven't missed Punk or the Elite on TV. I don't think they have either. The one thing that I think Tony's learning real quick, and I think that's improving things, is the fact that nobody's bigger than Dynamite. The only exception might be Jericho. Because I totally believe the reason he got the ROH title is because he wanted it, and he wanted to be known as the guy that had a championship in every promotion that he's been around. The only exception, I think, is ECW, as we mentioned last week. Hire HR expert. I love that side of the crowd, too. But I will say this. This is the start of the next few years that is going to be absolutely all over the place when it comes to who's going where, what's getting booked. Let's face it, WWE has done a lot of things to do things right, but they're still screwing up a lot of things. Like, I was at Raw that one night, and to me, it just take out the hometown pops out of a bunch of it, and it's still just a meh show. Like, Sammy might be the biggest thing over in the company right now. There you go. Got those hooks in. Matching label locks. And of course, they're doing this against the camera, right? All right, well, this is getting interesting. I love Riccaboni on commentary. For the ROH matches, if they end up getting Riccaboni and Taz, even if they don't bring in Caprice Coleman for it, I wouldn't lose my heart over it. Apparently this week they had Riccaboni and White doing Dark. That just looked dumb. If Sammy had any sort of legs, a kick to the back while he's coming down just might actually have some reaction, but you effed up. Yeah, that would be Sammy. That was a stuck pile. Oh, he was looking for Jericho just to make sure he get there for a spot. Danielson out of nowhere with that knee strike. Guevara, you're here to eat the pin. Now just eat it. Here's the fun part. We got 3 minutes if they're allowed three. If they're allowed. Oh, there's a suplex. All right, this is where Garcia eats the pin then. I am the table. That table went down way too easy there. And it looked like shit again. Like, Sammy, what are you doing? I'm sorry, like, I get it. This guy's all the potential in the world. But at the same time, it's just... got blocked. Center of the ring, you can't crawl out of it. But it's right in line for Floyd. Oh, never mind, belt shot. Either way. You knew something stupid was going to happen there. This is not good heat for Sammy. No, not at all. I think people are just getting sick and tired of listening to Sammy and his BS. And there's that cheating win that Darth Mick thought of. So who's he going to beat up now? Already sent out. Unfortunately, you don't get points for that because you picked the wrong team. All right, they're just going off the air. They're not going to beat up anybody. I thought they'd be beating up Riccaboni at this point. Yeah, unfortunately, you picked Garcia and Danielson, sir. But yeah, that wraps up another issue of Dynamite tonight. It wasn't... They don't have bad shows. But it just... Yeah, you put 10 points down, sir. I'm sorry. I don't feel too bad for you. I would have felt bad for the other 1,000 that went the other way. But... when it comes to Dynamite tonight, like I said, it was solid start, solid throughout. Women's match actually worked out really well for when they were there. Take it off. All right, you have yourself a good night, sir. We're going to be heading out here momentarily, too. I'll send you guys over once again to the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast. They'll be talking about some wrestling tonight, too. And I might actually fire up some King of Fighters for myself offline tonight, so... the new DLC pack just came out last night, so with the new Samurai Showdown characters, so I might want to get some practice in and whatnot. But yeah, stories carried along as well as we hoped they would. We got a little bit of ROH out of it with FTR versus the Gates of Agony, and the Embassy finally getting some exposure, and out of that, a very straightforward show. Can't wait to see what's going to be happening in Toronto next week. And I really do hope that we get that site up out there with rememberthegame.com and hashtag Pray Saturn. Knowing the guys that are going there, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. So, but anyway, once again, everybody, I want to say thank you to everybody that's helped out here and stopped by, say hello, subscribed, watched, VOD, everything else, all perfectly around. I'm going to snooze this one ad just because, well, hell, we're not lasting that long. So, And I also want to thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring the streams. This is going to wrap up the time that we have Magic Spoon available for us. So once again, there's a panel down below. It will be available until tomorrow. So feel free to click it if you want $5 off a nice, nutritious box of cereal.